All right, we're going up against Horrible Will. This is his main account. Go with this one. All right, so this player is 2,338 MMR, one of the highest MMRs that we've probably played so far. Top 10 player. And we actually beat his other account recently, so we do have the confidence. We think we can probably do it again. To be honest, his avatar is very, very mean. It reminds me of basically someone who has a horrible will, I guess. All right. We're not going to let that mess with us. He doesn't have the greatest pack into our starting pack, so at least that's good. I think next round we probably put down the Fangs, so we have some late chaff coming in. It seems like our arc lights are sufficient currently. Yeah, this is looking quite good. Okay, so we get the get this extended range marksman. I don't think we want that, do we? For 100? I don't think so. We might though. I don't know. Let's not do anything stupid here. Let's just skip. I don't want to play marksman. So do we go into the fangs here or do we go for something else? Guess we probably put this here so we can get his tarantula. More chaff is good. I just don't know. Do we really go for the fangs here? Do we go for a third storm? That can't be good, can it? Now let's go for the crawler here. Maybe we go for the attack upgrade. He probably went extended range. Yeah, he did. So he's gonna snipe out our marksman here. Unless we get a second shot in. Unless we get shot in there, okay. That's fine. I just don't really want to go marksman, you know, because we're gonna lose. We don't know how to play marksman. We only know how to play Phoenix. It's like if this game goes to round, you know, 7, 8, and we all have marksman and stuff like that, we're gonna for sure lose. There's no way that we know how to play this matchup. I think it's the Phoenix. It's a little bit too much HP. I wonder if we go for this instead. Probably not. It just dies too quick. Go for the Phoenix. What I don't like is that it's level 3. We don't need level 3 Phoenix. We need like level 2, level 1. Okay, so do we go range now on the arc light? Probably need like 2 more, right? Maybe we just go for 1 more and 1 crawler. He does have a little bit more stuff here, so we'll do that. Okay. We both range our chaff clear. Goes for the Phantom Rays, okay. Same technologies as us. I guess we just go, we can go Wasp here. Wasp is pretty strong into what he's doing. Obviously he's gonna go Mustang the round after, but if we can go for Factory at that point, then we just basically win. But it's gonna be like, I don't know. We're not, it's gonna be quite a while before we're gonna be able to get to that point. Fortunately, we have this marksman here, doing a really good job. Improve War Factory, we're gonna take it. We're not even gonna telegraph what we're gonna do. We're gonna let him know this is what we're gonna do. And we're just gonna say, hey, can you do anything about this? Because I don't think you can. Pretty baller, but that's just how it is. I think we just need more Phoenix here. We could go Phoenix range. We'll probably just want to get another Phoenix though. Or do we go for like a Mustang instead? Because we are, I guess we are weak to the Wasp, so let's think about that. Let's get a Mustang. Don't think we need a level on the tower. I mean, a level on the marksman. All right. Just more marksman. We're eventually going to need that range on the Phoenix. We probably should have gotten it already, but I do like to throw some variety into our composition. Like the Mustangs make no sense, but it kind of makes no sense. It kind of makes sense because it makes no sense, if you know what I mean. It's not like we overcommitted. Because what he's going to do is like he's going to do something that that counters what we don't have. So as an insurance policy, we just get something that we don't need. Kind of. It's not exactly in those terms, but that's kind of like the thought process. And later on, the Mustangs are always going to be useful. So now we get range on this. Probably get some Wasps as well. I wonder if we need another. Let's go for a few crawlers, a few Wasps now, because he's weak to Wasp. Might get another Mustang here. But probably better to get another Wasp here. Hard to say. You could just mix it up by going for a Mustang. We could just commit more into the Wasp. I think it's kind of good to just mix it up, actually. We don't want to see Mustangs from him. But we know that using this, he's going to do Mustangs. Next turn, probably. Had we got the third Wasp, then he's guaranteed to go Mustang. And that's when we kill him with the factory, but we won't kill him in one round. That's the problem. It's going to be multiple rounds. So in retrospect, I wish we went for the 3 Wasp, because this is pretty scary looking. Okay. The Spider Mine is not that scary unless there's something that we don't know. But it seems like the Spider Mines die pretty quick to everything we have. We have the Mustangs. So the Wasp is really doing so much for us. For sure there's going to be Mustangs. So that means next round, for sure, we're going for the factory. Uh oh. All right, so it's gonna be, we're gonna need to win 2 factory rounds here. We're already calling it. All right, perfect. So yeah, give him credit. If he's gonna predict it, then he deserves to win. But if he doesn't predict it, it's gonna be 50% chance we're gonna win here. Round 1, level 1 is probably fine, but could go for level 2 just in case. Let's go for like a crawler. Can we afford a second crawler here? No, we can't. In fact, we can't even afford, we can only afford level 1 here. So I think we can go with level 1. We do have the improved factory, that's right, okay. So probably kind of going from here. Perfect money for a shield. Alright, let's see how this goes. Raiden, no ionization. That's really bad for him. That's really bad for him. If I saw ionization, I would basically say he's going to win 75%. Now with that ionization, that tells me like that drops his chances. So yeah, we're looking very good in this position. And we have like, we have a healthy mix of Mustang, we have a healthy mix of Wasp, we have a healthy mix of Phoenix. Pretty much counters everything he has, and that's the reason why we got pretty much one of everything. And see, this is not good for him. To be down at 500 is not very good. It's not very good at all for him. We could go for the ion beam here. Might not be a bad idea, but let's think about this. We're gonna need to reposition this probably into the corner, or probably something like that. Ion beam doesn't do anything for us really. Let's skip out of this. There's gonna be melters. There's gonna be a lot of stuff. I wonder if it's better to still go for wasps here, even with the. It's hard to say here. We could try it. Let's say wasps with shield. Still stuck with a level 1 factory here. Alright, what do we do here? Do we upgrade some things, or right through throwing out a couple missiles? Do we do the anti-missile device? Alright, this is going for broke. Well, let's win against the horrible will. Let's do this. So all he's got is the Abyss. That's all he's got. We can kill his Abyss, we win, I think. Now, obviously, the positioning of the Abyss is pretty abysmal because basically we had the factory here and he was counting on us not moving it. And I just don't understand why he would... I don't understand why he would actually just put the Abyss there, because for sure we're moving it. So there we go. That was actually... that was easier than we expected, for sure. Very, very tough opponent. Top 10. And yeah, I mean, this Wasp play was more meant for the Melter. I was expecting him to put the Melter down because, I mean, the Abyss, I don't think is the greatest idea because you need to have 2 Abysses. You need to have Abyss here and Abyss here. So something along those lines. Like, an Abyss in the middle is, I think Horrible Will doesn't know how we play the factory. Some players maybe just keep it here, but we definitely don't keep it here. So this was actually designed for a melter because it feels like the melter, like in these pockets, would be the best case, would be the best way to counter this because we're probably not just going in through here. I guess if we're going in through here, maybe your melter would be like here and here, but still, like I just want to see actually how this goes if he goes for a melter, if our strategy works. All right, we're gonna take it over from Horrible Wheels perspective. Okay, so does Wasp Swarm make any sense? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not, since we don't have that much like anti-wasp stuff. Let's just say skip. All right, we're just gonna go with the melters. Click range, and probably one here, probably one here. Could even consider selling something, but maybe the Raiden needs to be sold. And maybe that means we actually can go, maybe that means we actually go like level 2 with a chaff. This chaff is so weird. He just puts them all over the place. This is what pros do. It makes no sense to me, but man, it's like a work of art. Okay, so we'll do this. We will I don't know what else we do here. We just get some shields maybe? Don't really know what the proper thing to do here is. We probably should have used intensive training. Okay. Okay, so actually the shields wasn't active when it was warped in. So we got a really nice Okay, so level 2 kills the level 1 improved factory pretty easy. I think everything else dies pretty easy too. Not sure here actually. It's really, really close. Wait, we got the... Whoa, what happened there? Okay, so we actually still win that, which is interesting. You know what? I think the reason that we're still able to win is because we just have a really well-balanced army. We have the Wasp, we have the Phoenix, we have the Mustang. Mustang did very little though. The Wasps did very little. The Phoenixes always do amazing. So it's you see you always want to have a backline Phoenix no matter what. The Arclights are generally speaking very good. They did a lot. I'm very disappointed in the Mustangs. I'm very disappointed in the Wasps. Perhaps those could have been a mistake. Perhaps you could. The only reason we got the Wasps, I think, were to try to win that one round and then get him to commit into the Mustangs. He committed into the Fortress, which is the same thing. The Fortress dies to the factory, so you know that's the reason why we went for the Wasps. I said that I wasn't sure. We maybe should have gotten another one. We probably should have went for another Phoenix instead of another Mustang because you could see the Mustang's only good if he's got Wasps, right? He doesn't have Wasps, so it's pretty useless. You could say that the Mustangs are good into the Fangs. However, the factory is your chaff clear. Your factory is gonna clear up all the late chaff. So let's just see this again from our perspective. But let's say we don't move the factory. Right now, we will always move the factory, but let's just like pretend that we're a Dumbo and we're not going to move the factory. Clearly, he's going to win. I would almost, say certainly he's going to win here. So I don't know. Maybe we put this here. Let's get the shield on the Wasp. Maybe I don't know. What do we sell out of? Maybe this. Go for a couple like chaff, I guess. So this is what we do, but man, we would never do this. I mean, realistically, it would be a really, really silly thing for us to do, I think. All right. Really nice fang there. It freezes the factory right in its tracks. And now well, this is doing like one swipe at 25% damage. It can tank, it's almost dead. But can it kill this fort? Yep. At least it kills the fort. Are we still going to be able to win after this? Because it seems like, man, now the Mustangs are doing good. The Wasps are acting as everything is doing so amazing. So, yeah, we still win even if we don't move it, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. So basically, he couldn't even counter this. I mean, you'd imagine if he just goes for. I have to try this from the opponent's perspective again, because to say that it's this move is uncounterable even if we don't move it is just crazy. Now, perhaps part of the reason is he needs ionization on the Raiden. I have no idea why he didn't go for ionization. Another possibility he could go for is just say, hey, we're just going to go for a Wasp. But the problem is you have to kill the factory first in order for that to be effective. So, okay, let's just skip. We will go with rank 1 melting points. We'll just put it like right here, right here. We're going to missile this, and we're going to put like a Fang in front. I really like the Fang. Oh wait, we do switch actually positions here, so we will put like maybe a crawler or something in front here. And I don't know about selling. Maybe we don't need to sell anything. We'll have this here. Maybe we get rid of this, put down a shield here. Alright, so now the melter is... It took a while for him to lock on. That being said, there's forts and stuff in front, so the factory's gonna die. But the Mustangs actually act as chaff. They act as chaff. The DPS isn't exactly the greatest, but they eventually will kill things, and they're just super annoying because they are chaff, right? But it looks like we're doing a little better over here now that we haven't sold our Raiden. And perhaps we can clean this up. Nope. But at least it's very close. At least it's not 500 damage. So yeah, perhaps this is the way. I bet if the I think for us now, you probably need to consider how to position the Wasp, because you don't want the missile to hit the Wasp. You probably want to have like a crawler here that to sacrifice for the missile, and then the Wasp behind. But we're just hoping that the Wasps actually move fast enough. That's the problem. So I'm not exactly sure how to position the Wasps on the flank, but this definitely seemed pretty good. We need to go for more kind of Wasps, and yeah, we actually clicked shield there, so it was... I guess we were gonna win no matter what, because you saw the position here. We still won. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt if the Wasp with the shield play is actually good here. It just felt like with all the tarantulas and stuff, you probably didn't want the crawler. That being said, you do have the fortress anti-missile, which will kill the shields. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the comments you let me know what is the correct play into this kind of stuff. And yeah, we're really happy about that one. Glad to get a pro. See you in the next one.